This one is called Post-Algonquin. It's for Spiral Jetty, who is now employed again.
Nice.
So. We are in the shop. The perfect functional beverage should have 0 sugar, or sugar alternatives. I am a sweetener stuck in perpetual genesis. I don't have ideas, just words. Cherry Blossom LaCroix tastes like a cherry cordial. Chocolates are for breakfast, but I don't eat breakfast out of contempt. Is noise dad rock? At least that's what Thurston asks me. I'd rather play guitar than write. I want to paint layers and layers of noise, celestial sound. Whatever happened to Weldon Keys? I'm a post-beat it girl. I drive Weldon's Plymouth Savoy into a lighthouse. I either create or curate chaos. I'm a speed walker, fast talker, soul stalker. The eyes I employ, the eyes I destroy, dissect, control. I'm laboring under a misconception that everything is cringe. What isn't cringe? I'll speak in hieroglyphics. I'll be prolific after I get the decrepit cat to play piano. We are in the shop is our mantra. It's okay to be perfectly disgraceful. I'm perfect. Are you perfect? Walking New York is like scrolling the internet. Woody's right about decay.
Yeah.
So these are going to be published in Hobart very soon, like in February. The next poem is called Having a Twisted Tea with You. Having a twisted tea with you is sweeter than free folklin a stranger gives me, partly because we walked 10 blocks and 4 flights with a 12-pack. We're touching elbows on a velvet green couch while my roommate's door stays half open, partly because you have pictures of your room on your phone to show me in my room, loitering, and I don't know what color your eyes are until you bite my lip on my sailboat sheets. They're fucking blue. Partly because you take up the tomato slice in your burger. Partly because you tell me you don't like the taste of beer. Partly because you still live at home and your mom won't let you have the same clothing rack as me because she wants you to have a desk, but you're illiterate. Yeah, I have 2 more. This one's called Abortion Bitch. I guess it's dedicated to Dorothy Parker. I'm building a city on my iPhone. Will you throw the soup on Warhol? My hands are tied by Lolita hair ribbons. I'm moving into a library. I'll sleep underneath the signed first edition of Capture in the Rye and steal stale popcorn from the cinema next door. Is this avant-garde? Is this REI? No, this is not REI. Did you just say this is REI? We are in the shop. Cancan no longer serves teenage art hose. Is this twee? Is this avant-garde? Is this improvisation? Is this jazz? Is this a revelation? Is this a moving part? Am I a moving part? Are we moving parts of a tandem bike rolling to the Central Park pond? Why did people stop being so beautiful? Quit using the word cinematic to describe life. The Greeks didn't have moving images. They spun pots. Am I a moving image? I'm 3 years younger than Dorothy Parker. And then my last one is called Thanks, and it's dedicated to James Matthew Proctor because it's his birthday on Friday. Okay. So it's spelled THNX. That's how my ex-professor always spelled it before we weren't allowed to talk anymore. I need a girlfriend who'll feed me croissants, but all I get is James Franco, wannabe comedian, self-proclaimed poet king, who live streams once a day and pretends he's my soccer coach, tells his friends I'm in high school. I'm unhinged because I want to date him. I won't be disposed like all the other 20-year-olds he knows I blocked on Instagram because he's my midlife crisis. I have the screenshots to prove it. Thanks.
Nice. Yeah. Ashley Escobar.
Unhinged.
As per usual.
Oh, it's me? Oh,
Yeah.
This is new to me, people,
Yeah,
okay?
you're doing awesome.
Doing the things.
Doing great.
It's going to be published. Eventually. Shit. Okay, hold on. Let me get my document out. The Nikki files. Alright, I'm going into crazy here. Like full on, full-fledged crazy. It's called Bent Mind Straight Line. It's a little piece into being bipolar and manic. Alright. When the mind bends, it allows me to open into a deeper realm. It enlightens all of the thoughts that circle through my head, capturing every scent, every emotion, honoring all the little feelings. It speaks in dreams, in words, in all that encompasses my entire being. When the mind bends, it allows light to pass through in tears of color, in artful solitude. It breaks down doors, crashes hard against the waves, and lights a torch to those getting in the way. When the mind bends, it lends an ear, but seems to be filled with all the answer. When the mind bends, it speaks in foreign tongues and dances in rhythms of a boundless soul. When the mind bends, it shapes the heart, breaks it open, and tries to be light and everything dimming towards the dark. When the mind bends, it flexes the brain muscles and holds onto every learned thing. When the mind bends, it allows hard to remain willing. It allows hard. When the Jeremy. I don't know what this one says. Remains willing to straighten and regain perfectly level state of grace. Ohala, when the mind bends, that the meaning of life is clear to the conscious. When the normal mind sets in and slows down the uptick, life does not quite seem the same. The bright moonlit skies a little less dreamy. The walks along a hidden path are a little more ordinary. With clarity, all the outlandish ideas seem less likely to happen. The multiple projects slows down dramatically. The brain fired up is now washed away with monotony. Though I treasure my sanity, as someone who has been through what I call a flexible state of mind, there is something indescribable to the mundane world of that feeling of the bent mind, its effervescent state of grace. Just another day in the neighborhood is just that. The dreamer inside of me will always survive, but the highs of a flexed brain muscle will remain comfortable in a lucid capacity. The days will be a little more bland, the evening a little less wild, but the memories will always live on inside a spirit of a bent mind.
Yeah. That was great.
Here's Mania.
Nikki. Live blooming.
Yeah, live blooming.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go. I just have to get my stuff out. I'm getting my stuff out.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Got it. I'm gonna read one like longish poem.
Hell yeah.
And that's it. That's all right. I'm gonna read it that much, so I'm like fucking stoked.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Drank a lot of orange juice and danced to Doja Cat so hard in the morning sun I almost threw up. It's a sad morning in January and the sun is so goddamn bright. Not that New York in the winter watered down bright where the sun feels like it's gonna be setting any second, giving us all an early moon time, moon working overtime. Sun rising the way I show up to work when I don't want to do anything but sit in the office or look at Craigslist behind the desk, just truly getting out here into the city, looking around and half-assing it. It wasn't that. No that. It was a full-on glad to be awake and alive sun-type morning with gold milk made light, the kind of sunshine you can milk a cow to in Sweden and the milk tastes better because it was such a morning. But a sad morning and all that gold. Oh, to be sad and draped in gold in January, first month of the year. It's been months and everyone on the sidelines seems like they've moved on, but I'm still nasty, grieving, just less publicly. Seems almost indecent to be public. Capitalism insists I move on. The sun insists on shining the way it does. Aren't you done yet? Everything seems to say, but the wind's still cold. It's still winter, and I'm still choking down the feelings I've been choking on. Ever slip your hands into the gloves of decency? They're uncomfortable, they're too tight, but we are Americans, and even in this indecent country, something is expected of us all. A grounded floor. In America, we are still expected to wear pants. Can't go topless on a billboard in America. Can't weep loudly in public, but I got sort of drunk last night and talked to Bandito about it all for the first time and sobbed my whole way home, and it was gross and it was indecent of me, but I think that Ridgewood can hold my grief a little while longer. I love this neighborhood, I love this community, I love that the hands holding me here feel so big and wide and cradling, and I can fill them with the grossness of me. And maybe I embarrassed myself in front of new people last night. Not nearly as cool as I'd like to be in the current state, but this is the type of morning it is. Cried on the phone to my mom on Fresh Pond with the sun falling all over my black coat, warming me from the outside in, feeling all that black, seeping up all that heat, filling me to my bones. I wanted a bagel. Untoasted everything, bagel, scallion, cream cheese, medium coffee, small carton of orange juice. I've got a couple of questions for New York about the way the orange juice is offered out here. The carton's got a straw hole in it, and the carton says to me, please use straw hole. The carton says straw hole is 2 words, but I prefer it as 1. This is my poem, I'm gonna do what I want. Does New York City use the straw hole, or is everyone just mouth-to-cartoning it like heathens? I've done both, and while the straw hole makes me feel like I'm doing my part, being responsible, holding my health in 2 hands and showing it off to the world as an illuminated individual, a shining light, as if I know what's up, as if I know they haven't wiped down the cartons and never will, and I'm just so sanitary and conscious. I prefer to drink orange juice straight mouth to carton as it makes me feel staunchly rooted upon the earth, while the straw makes me feel as if I'm blowing away. A straw is sucking on air before juice, and something about using a straw as an adult feels silly to me. A straw is useful, but I am a grown person. I have long legs and full tits, and I could have a baby if I wanted one. A baby who could use a straw and not be weird about it. Despite my preferences, maybe it's time to be clean. Maybe it's time to blow away. They didn't give me a plastic straw in the bagel bag. Perhaps I was supposed to take my failed responsibility. So I'd use a metal straw that I found in the drawer of an old apartment left behind by an old roommate and took to my new apartment, thinking that maybe someday I'd get something that needs a straw and won't have one, and I'll have the metal one, and thank God for it, I can drink from the metal straw and won't have to touch my teeth to the ice or my lips to the carton and pick up the carton disease that assuredly is crawling around, waiting to eat my organs in this time of death and plague and sadness, or why else would they say, please use straw hole? However, I have never used a metal straw, and the only thing I can think about is the woman who loved metal straws, was passionate about metal straws, was doing her part, saving the turtles, walking around her house, drinking from a metal straw, fell down and the straw went through her mouth, through her sinus, impaled her brain, and she died. That happened. There's an article about it on the internet. My entire orange juice experience was spoiled by my thinking about what it would feel like for the metal straw to pierce through me and enter the place where my thoughts are produced. The very thoughts that I was having about the metal straw. The metal straw in reality touches the metal straw in my mind, and I forgot about the orange juice, the bagel, the coffee, and everything was death and metal straws, and I hope the turtles are goddamn grateful because it sounds like an absolute shit way to go. What the fuck does New York City have against pulp? As a self-proclaimed pulp freak, I feel that orange juice is only orange juice if you can chew it. Didn't orange juice as a child started as a whole blog when I was 13 about how much I hated orange juice, and now as a person with a passion for the juice with gumption, the juice with legs, the juice full-bodied and thick, foamy, gloppy with real memories of the fruit in there. I want to feel the juice in my teeth. I want to sit down in this full-on sun and suck the juice through this fucking metal straw and feel the pulp get stuck up in there. I want the pulp injected into my veins. I love orange juice, but that very bland and somewhat ghost-like, still delicious, just missing something no pulp doesn't do it for me. Not scratching that itch, but man oh man, New York City just loves that shit. We are out here drinking the ghosts of oranges from the bodegas, from the bagel stores, from everywhere that's anywhere. I've walked all through Ridgewood looking for the juice in the snow. Big early 2021 snowstorm that my friend tried to kill herself just before, and I knew he'd want juice with the pancakes I was gonna make her, and I walked through that snowstorm and all that wind just looking for pulp, and all I could find was no pulp, no pulp, no pulp, no pulp, home style. What the fuck does that even mean? No pulp, no pulp, no pulp. I got the home style, and it felt like there might have been a whisper of pulp, but I was so miserable holed up with her in hell that I truly didn't notice and could have just picked up the no pulp across the street because it never really mattered. She's gone now because it only takes one time to succeed, I guess, and there's still no pulp in Ridgewood. Pulpless and without her, I cried on Fresh Pond, and I cried on Metropolitan, and I cried on Forest, and I cried on Gates. Christ, at this point it's probably easier to list the places I haven't cried. My roof, because I don't know if my super wants me up there all that much, and his apartment door is right next to the roof, but you can bet that I really want to cry up there too. I ate the bagel, I drank the orange juice, I downed the medium coffee maybe too quickly, but it was getting cold and easy to drink. My cat was at the dentist, the sun streamed through the window all golden, not half-assed, and it really was incredible after days of bad milk sun, and even though I was sad, I listened to Doja Cat and danced around so hard I almost threw up. Jesus Christ and man oh man. I love dancing. Thank you.
Wow. Yeah! Woo! More
That's pulp not fiction. Pulp not fiction. Right?
Is there
Coke? What?
Is there Coke?
Brandon Lorber.
Now I want orange juice. Damn it.
Coke
Yeah,
or
I want that
Trace?
fresh
Anybody
squeeze
has any
now.
Coke,
just
Yeah,
go
where's the diner? There's a diner around here. I
There's
want
gotta
fresh
be one
squeeze
like
I like when
orange
they
juice.
have the machine.
Yeah,
and you
man.
see the oranges loaded in the
I am an
machine.
orange juice snob. If it's not fresh squeeze, I don't want it.
It's so good to
Don't
see
get
the
me
machine.
no Tropicana, no thank you.
Have you ever read Soap? Orange's Soap. It's so good, and it's like this like.
Wait,
soap.
it's edible?
No, it's not edible. It's a poem.
I thought you were telling me there was soap you could eat, and I was like, no.
I mean, I guess you
Who
could.
said poems
You
are
could
You can eat the
edible.
poem.
No, I have not
Could
read
eat the
the
poop.
But it's like the way orange
Pope
juice is
trees.
No, what
this
do you do?
through
You
line
need
that
Twinks
touches
and
all
Coke.
these other things. Soap is
You're
this
right.
like,
That's what I'm
Fuck yeah.
missing.
and you can't get soap because it's like World War II. And
With Eden, no, it can't. They would
because they
be
just don't.
Twinks.
Anyway,
Incredible.
okay,
I will get
Yeah,
this
yeah.
from you
okay.
after you read.
Yeah. So I brought like I've been working on this sonnet sequence, and I have now 99 sonnets, and I don't
Hell
know.
yeah.
You need a stapler. She
No,
might be
the-
able to rally a team for you.
Yeah, I
For-
don't think I
for
thought
a
we didn't
zine.
have a stapler.
You need to
Clip
make a
is
zine
good.
out of your sonnets.
Clip is
Matt
good.
has a
Binder
stapler.
clip.
Yeah.
The binder clip is really doing
Yeah.
a lot
Binder
of work.
clip.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
good
yes.
work. This is
You know
like
what?
It's clutch.
This is
Yeah,
like
you know what? You look
super-
more
Yeah.
professor-like.
That's right.
I
They
like
got
the
the
professor.
I got the
Yeah,
binder
with the
clip.
top.
Does
Yeah,
everybody
goes
have
with
the
the
handout?
pockets.
Everybody.
Right.
Rifle
Following
full
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's on my
seriously.
phone.
Just need the.
So I don't know which. I'll read 4 of these sonnets. They're like a minute each, but maybe you could just tell me which numbers to read, and I'll which numbers
Six.
Five.
because I'm
Plus
just
seven.
saying these and I can't tell which ones are working.
Five.
Which one? 5.
Five. I don't know
Okay, we'll
where
start
that
with
number came from,
They
but
what came after 7.
really?
Yeah.
prior to
I'm pretty sure it came after 4, but
Well,
Never
but in the
mind.
shout outs.
Right,
Shout
right,
outs.
right.
oh yeah, there was that.
Okay. We're in luck, and also New York, or an airport hotel on the outskirts of what could still be considered my young oafhood. If you're reading this, I'm already dead to you, or think I might be, having not heard from you in a while. This thought won't occur to me till I'm feeling slightly intact, in a runway-facing two-way time capsule rented for my birthday. A birthday half Saranan, half Hughes, named for the wild idols of a perpetually motioned-at era's modernist mid-prayer collision of public and private with the secret idea. Let's go to the roof to kiss and to make up our mind like a suite before the guests arrive. That is, empty of whatever's next under the sky, which also has an architecture revealed by red-tailed hawks as they check in one age and out another. The hawks, the architects, even the hotel concierge carry an almost prenatal joy and solemnity, ever closer as they recede further to the past, the way decades-old events only now reach our stellar neighborhoods, like asking Andromeda, did you get my text?
Yeah.
All right, so what's the next number?
37, 37, 37.
37. That's
37.
excellent.
Is there a 37?
Yeah, there's 99.
If there's 99, 37.
Are you
No,
37?
I'm not even close. I'm getting there, but not close.
I'm 39, so.
26.
Oh, alright. I don't, no. It's not about 7
37's a good
not that
I've
bad
age.
got
part, is
7
it?
years before I get to 37.
Oh yeah, you're good.
All right.
Solid.
You're 30. Solid
Don't talk
I
30.
think we've got
30.
we're running
Not
full
for
Yeah,
range here.
we got the full like, yeah, we got all the decades.
All right.
31 soon.
Yeah.
Oh, and it actually mentions Eddie Berrigan, this one.
Oh,
Wow.
yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
I feel tracked.
You should invite him to your birthday.
When's your birthday?
Friday.
Friday.
Yeah.
All right. Well, tomorrow is forbidden, which maybe it always was. But we didn't notice. The present's eternal replica demonstrating motion perpetually holds only the allure of shaking your thumb after its errant connection with a hammer, as though that'd help. America, founded by nobody you'd want to spend tomorrow with, down for the opt-out zealotry where it stands to reason that reason gets made to stand outside, like Eddie at the off-limits new apartment he's not allowed to enter, or John as they move him from hospital bed ahead of the need for municipal solace that nobody's equipped to perform, or Carly and Malka overlook hoteling it up as the last occupants of a college dorm evacuated to make way for cases so contagious not even the doctors can visit. I've forgotten how to want anything beyond maybe a day trip in the form of a car to lock my keys in, or a God I can never meet on or the horizon a little closer, just enough to put my feet up on.
Yeah.
So what's the next number?
27.
27. Interesting choice. Okay. Like some of these I haven't looked at in a while. Alright. As long as the creature making noise in the wall stays in the wall, it's fine for the moment to be invisible, especially if we're the creature. We see only what we can imagine, and what's here is invisible till it's gone, like our friend's innocence or the rainforest into an air-quoted reliquary of forget-me-nots, the rings of a tree that counted on us to convert our winking heirlooms into less prosthetic visions of the future. We're so good at irony because it's what we were handed off to so often. It sprang new sincerities on the way the starfish stops growing new legs after having had enough of them cut off and starts growing knives. We can agree what's killed the dinosaurs is back, but not what it is, or even if there ever were dinosaurs. The dread of having overlooked something is so patient, how it waits for all the copies to be printed with typos on the frost line, which we forgive long enough to build a way of life that unravels itself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Woo!
Okay, last one, probably.
The last one.
88.
The final page.
The last one, which barely made
The
it, right?
dilapidated.
Like there's others that haven't really, they're not even nearly
Is
fully
it
cooked.
a half a column?
No, this one,
Did it survive?
I don't know if it survived the train ride here. Let's see, it's called My Quietness Has a Dune Buggy inside.
Yeah. Quietness is a doom buggy.
I want to go out So I do, through the erotic stick figure flip book of muted desire. It's a shitty walk into the quartz crystal lithium of geologic time that makes the shadow of a Hiroshima clock right twice a day, and every day half right past exclusion zones whose fallout turns trees the color of their own quietness. My quietness has a dune buggy. It drives me to steal balloons from next door, which they have put up for the funeral and left up for the no-fee open house. I'm not happy about this walk or poem, and the ever-present implication either might be my last. I've been alone so long, I think my thoughts have me, just where they want. In their defense, they thought I'd be the subject of other balloons by now, somewhere like Perry Street, a skeleton marbleized and tough as Chernobyl chew toys and a Katrina book of bedtime stories and a Texas deep freeze onesie. Walk into a California bar and order an evacuation. So,
Yeah. All right. Shit. Brendan Lorber.
Right.
Does anybody else want to read anything else? Anybody? That was awesome. Thank you for coming over and doing it.